Hey everybody, I'm Cynthia Porter with Visit Winona. Todd Hansen is running the camera, and we are Facebook Live from one of the most beautiful places in Winona, especially right now. We're in Lake Park. We're in East Lake Park to be specific, and we are on a walking trail that we're going to take up towards what is arguably the most beautiful spot in southern Minnesota, starting now and probably for another maybe 2 weeks even. So you want to come here and see this. If you have not been into Lake Park during this time of year, we have cherry trees. These are not just any cherry trees though. So these cherry trees came to Winona from Japan, and it's not even that simple. So about 22 years ago, Winona made a sister city relationship with Japan. I'm not 100% in the know of why exactly that city and Winona, but I do know that the former city manager, Eric Sorensen, really spearheaded it and made this happen. And so we began to build this relationship with the city. So our middle school started sending exchange groups there, and exchange students from there started coming here like every year, trading back and forth and things like that. Just cultural awareness and celebrating, learning about each other. So it was really great. But then in 2012, Japan was commemorating a time in 1912, so 100 years earlier, when it had given 3,000 of its cherry trees. I think they're sergeant cherry trees, to be specific. They call them sakura in Japanese, and it means cherry blossom. They gave in 1912 3,000 of these trees to the United States, and they're just prized. They're absolutely like a national treasure for Japan. And there's other cherry trees, there's other kinds, but these are especially beautiful. The blossoms, the fullness of their blossoming, and just the shape of the trees, they're gorgeous. So anyway, in 2012, Japan wanted to commemorate that relationship that it tried to start with the United States in 1912, and so it chose, let's see, I think only 36 cities in the country to receive more trees. But because it had built such an important relationship with the city of Winona, of all places, right? The Japanese ministry targeted this park and actually this city. There's a few more in a couple of other locations. I'll tell you where. But they targeted Winona and specifically Lake Park with a donation of, here there are 20 of those sergeant cherry trees. They planted them in 2012 as little seedlings, and there was 100 people here for the ceremony. Amy Klobuchar spoke about how beautiful the relationship was that we were cultivating with Japan, and how it was a relationship of hope, and really, a lot of wonderful words. And it was a beautiful day, kind of like today right now. It's 60 and sunny, and little breeze, but we're just, we're picking up steam towards a really lovely spring. So anyway, these cherry trees just started blooming just a little bit. We're going to go walk through them, and Todd's going to give you a better look at them, but they're gorgeous. And so also check out our Facebook feed, maybe tomorrow or the next day, sometime this week. Todd, can you post the cherry blossom drone video that we've got?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it just takes your breath away. And so that drone video though was shot by a local aerial drone shooter named Jake, and he captured it at their absolute peak bloom, and this is not even close. So I guess I'm telling you that because you have time to get here, and you have time to come do what these people are doing. There's people laying all over the grass here. They're having picnics. A couple minutes ago, a couple kids were climbing all over these trees, and I was like, get off the tree. Get off the tree, kid. No, I didn't say that, but I did. I wanted to. Okay, so look at this. I mean, these are so beautiful. Todd, give them a beautiful artsy shot. I wonder if they smell good. I'm going to find out. I can't really smell anything. Then again, my allergies are a little kicked up. It's not that they don't smell, it's that maybe I can't smell. But as you can see, these are just barely beginning to bloom. And if you look up here at all of the bloom tips that are not even beginning to bloom, these will erupt into a riot of color. I predict, I was doing a little research about these cherry trees, Sargent cherry trees, and they actually can bloom for a period of a month, from the start to the finish of it. But they're really especially good like right in the middle. So within the next couple of weeks, I think that you're going to see an explosion of pink down here, and it will be so pretty. So anyway, let's just kind of wander through these a little bit. So there were a few more that came to Winona as well. Some were put at the Winona Middle School to honor their exchange relationship with the students from the Winona Middle School. And some of them were also put in Wyndham Park, which I did not know until I was researching back into the origin of these cherry trees this morning. So you can see them there, and you can see them at the middle school, and you can see them at Wyndham Park. But you can come down. You could probably take a picnic, to the middle school grounds, but it might be weird. It's better to come here. It's better to come here. And also, I don't know if anyone has seen the weather forecast for next week, but next weekend is supposed to be like 70 and perfect spring days. So we also have another sister city. It's in Poland. It's in actually a region where a lot of the Winona settlers came from, the Kashubian region of Poland. And that sister city is called Bytów. It's not spelled like that, but that's what it's called. And so we've been having some commemorative events with that sister city as well. And we've had delegations go there. They've had delegations come here. We are actually I believe the largest or almost the largest settlement of Kashubian immigrants to come to the United States right here in Winona. And so we've got a gorgeous museum and a complex for Polish history and their culture, and specifically the Kashubian immigrants that came here. Oh, I hear a red-winged blackbird. If I get attacked, Todd, you're going to have to put the camera down and help me. Because this is the time, right? We're coming up on Mother's Day. They've got nests right here. And red-winged blackbirds they're worse than geese. Like, have you ever been attacked by a goose, Todd?
I don't think so. No, actually.
Yeah, I have. You know what? They pinch, they grab a hold, and they twist like that. And it's really, really painful because they don't really have teeth exactly, but they have like serrated edges on the inside. Anyway, don't ever mess with a goose. I mean, especially if they have babies, but really anytime, don't mess with geese. Okay, they're not joking around. If they get a hold of you, you're gonna remember it for a really long time. Like this happened to me when I was a child. So. Not saying I'm scarred by it, but I probably should go to therapy about it. I stay completely away from geese. Anyway, no geese on the horizon. I just see a couple red-winged blackbirds. I think we're in the clear. What a nice day, Todd. Give them a look through this whole area. Oh my gosh. And so what is right across from us where we're at is, of course, the glorious Lakeview Drive-In. That is Winona's oldest continuously operating restaurant. Actually, it's his oldest restaurant in any form. And they make homemade root beer, and they have car hop service. And during the summer, they'll have some really cool Wednesday night events where they bring in like classic cars or roadsters or motorcycles, or don't they have a tractor one sometimes, Todd?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just all kinds of, kind of drive-in events, and they're really, really neat. They also have pretty awesome ice cream. And on this side of us is, of course, glorious East Lake Winona, with a bike trail that goes all the way around the entire thing. and also joins up with West Lake Winona, which is on the other side of Huff Street. And that also has a hike bike trail that goes all the way around it. Oh, I hear that blackbird just watching. Really, they're terrible. And so I think the whole thing is something a little over 5 miles, if I recall. And so we have marathons and things that come up along here, like the, Fastenal will have a marathon here, and we've had other races, gallops and turkey trots and, all kinds of things along these trails, and also lots and lots of rollerbladers and bicyclists out today on this. And then, of course, right there is our lovely Pinnacle Sugarloaf. So if you'd like to see, really one of the most beautiful views of Winona, one of the most iconic views of Winona, from Lakeview to these cherry blossoms to Sugarloaf to this gorgeous lake, this is the spot right here. So on a GPS, really just look for Lakeview Drive-In and then drive right in a straight across from it. Don't drive right in. Actually, what's driving right in is like a walking path. So don't drive on that. But there are roads that are very close to it that'll get you into the park, and there's a parking area all along the front. But don't stop here. I actually just drove past. There's a playground. Oh my gosh. So I don't have little ones anymore. I'll turn this way so my hair stops blowing in my mouth. I don't have little ones anymore, but the city put in a really, really gorgeous park for all ages, like very little ones to bigger ones, and also it's adaptive. So if you have different physical needs or limitations, it is suited for everybody. Every child of every ability and size and age can play in this park. And the wind is a little cold right now. And as I drove into the park past it, it was just full of families. It's so sweet. Oh my gosh, thank you, spring, for coming. Granted, we did have an extremely mild winter, but nobody was really playing at the park except for in January when it was like 60 degrees a bunch of days probably. It was really warm in January. But anyway, people standing around talking to each other, kids swinging. It's like, this is perfection. This park has been a landmark for Winona since about the turn of the century, a little bit after 1900. The space was designated and they began improving it, and they're just improving it, improving it, improving it. It is a blessing for this community to have, and especially these cherry trees coming up now in the next couple of weeks. It's going to be the most beautiful thing you've ever been able to just stroll in between and through, unless you go to Washington, D.C. and go in their cherry blossoms or something, I guess Central Park has some cherry blossoms. I saw those too. But anyway, for a small city like this to have been gifted something so beautiful by the country of Japan, it's really special. But that's Winona, right? I mean, we've got a lot of special stuff, and this is just another example of why Winona is so awesome. So every week or every other week, we go somewhere else and we give you a live look around at something that's really interesting about Winona, something that's going on, or a place that we haven't had a look at in a while. If you have ideas where you want to see us go, send us a note and let us know. And also check out our podcast tomorrow night. Todd and I are going to do a video podcast. We're not sure from where yet. But we talk about what's coming up in the next couple of weeks for events and activities. So especially if you're going to take a road trip down here, oh my gosh, and see these cherry blossoms, then you can hear us kind of run through some of the cool stuff that's coming up on the calendar too. So anyway, thanks for walking through this beautiful little park with us over here, and hope you're all having a really lovely Sunday afternoon, and hope we see you right here next week. Bye everybody, have a great week.